everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. We're on to the divisional round now, 2 steps away from playing on the biggest stage in sports. It's the Ravens going up against the Bills. For the call, let's send you out to the broadcast booth, where we'll join our commentators, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Baltimore Ravens and the Buffalo Bills. And some changes here as the D-line separates some.
All right, here we go. Green, 30. No. Check 4. All right, now. Here we go now.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25. And if this offense is going to flow today, certainly the running back will be a key piece.
Without a doubt, because they asked their runner to not just do that, but to block, to catch, to help set a tone for their offense.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They'll drop to throw. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Every coach we ever talk to says to his team before the game, quick start, guys. Let's get out of the gate fast. How about that? They took his lesson to heart, didn't they?
They did exactly that. A nice diving catch here on the game's opening drive.
Now let's go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. So 2nd and 9, the defense looking to put them in a bad spot here. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. And here's a look at the defensive unit that hopes to halt this offense today. 3rd down and 8 now. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
The Bills bring out a couple of extra defensive backs to defend this 3rd down play.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
This is taken at about the 14. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
3 yards to go on 2nd down. Slot man moves right. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
Here we go. Brand 38. Brand 38. Ohio.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. They lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down. The Bills send the punter out as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And this will be taken at the 13. And he'll go out of bounds across the 35-yard line. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up, but you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over.
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover. And wow, now we got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. A couple of Bills team up to bring him down there.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set him up.
Let's go. All right, now look at 56.
They'll set up to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting to run. And they'll run it here. And a short gain down to about the 33. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Here we go. Green 39.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's brought down. All week in practice, they stressed grounding, pounding the football, and they really executed it well there to get the first down.
That usually means getting back to being physical in practice because when you emphasize pounding the football, it doesn't really come together unless you practice it the same way you're going to play it in the game. So that means more bodies, more pads, and a whole lot of popping last week, and they got it done in the game.
So the D-line's going to spread out. Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
And that run was memorable for only one reason. There's absolutely no place to run with the football. No gaps, no creases, no gain.
Second quarter now. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great effort there. A 16-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens are in for 6. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Bills offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive.
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way.
It's a foot race. The 30, 10, and all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the football game. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. They come up in an offset eye. They run the counter now on first down. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards there on the pickup. And it'll give the Ravens a first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. I always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick
and this is taken in at the 5. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 59 yards.
They went for the haymaker there, didn't they? A big shot towards the end zone, and they came up with the catch, but they were tackled short of the goal line. The defense escaped the big one there. Now they've got to try and hold them to a field goal attempt.
Shift together here from the D-line.
Let's go! Green 39! Green 39! No, check, Patriot!
And here we go on first and goal. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens have taken the lead. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drives, exactly.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. We heard them talk before the game about utilizing the intermediate passing game this week. It works for them there. They move the chains.
And we saw them work on it in practice as well, and most teams take a period at a time to work on different things. They put a couple of periods of work into the intermediate passing game, and now we know exactly why. They got the look that they were seeking, and they were able to take advantage of it.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. He'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It's a pickup of 21, and the Bills are going to have a first down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll make it a second down. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
They'll set up a throw. That's caught at the 3. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time. Really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. A great effort there. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the football game. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Ravens taking the field. They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. Back with more AFC playoff action after this timeout. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the back.
And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So a 3rd and 9 and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Patrolling the passing lanes.
He'll look to throw. He sets to fire deep. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Oh, this is off the side of his foot. And this one goes sailing out of bounds. Where did it cross? Well, they're going to say on this side of midfield. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Let's go.
He'll drop to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Uses the stiff arm. Past the 20. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A big play there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Bills have broken the tie. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
And you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, wherever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Green 39. Green 39.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you go lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And now a first down following that long gain. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run.
Here we go. Leopard. Leopard. Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Back to throw now on first down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up. They'll look to throw again. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they do get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And the Bills getting set to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll come up now in the Wildcat package. Out of the Wildcat, a wide receiver carry. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. And again here, we'll see the Wildcat. They'll let their receiver run it out of the Wildcat. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Green 39.
And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup as we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando, where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Six yards here to go for the offense on second down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's got a man. That's caught left sideline. That one goes for 24 yards. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. See if they stay on the ground for second down.
Let's go!
Time running out here on the play clock. He'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
What's fun to watch is these college receivers transitioning into the NFL and how they grow as route runners. Because a lot of times now in the college game, the spread offenses, there aren't that many routes that they're actually running. Most of the time, they're just trying to find open space and present themselves to the quarterback as easy targets. But in the NFL, you've got to run the entire route tree, and you've got to run it well if you expect to get open.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15.
3rd and 1, who are you going to call? Not the scat back. You go with the big man, hand him the ball, and let him get upfield and pick up a first down.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They'll come out in the pistol. Now a play fake here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. Second down following the run. Shift together here from the D-line. Now back to throw. He's got time in the pocket. He's going to sling this deep downfield. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, a great read, and it's picked off. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. And here come the Bills. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
And he takes it across midfield to the 45. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Now that's the way you want to start a drive. Talk about a tone setter as well as a playbook opener. Now if you want to take a big shot over the top, you're all positioned to do so.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They'll try and run with their fullback. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains.
Let's face it, you always want a team full of guys who can get you first downs and big plays of all styles, but you've got to have a big man. You can just turn and hand it to, and he can be dependable in picking up first downs.
And to give this time to the tailback. And some room to work. And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They go blitz coming, and down he goes. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
from the shotgun. He'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
Here we go.
Halfback sent in motion. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
I wouldn't be shocked at all right now if there's a look of surprise on the big fella's face because he had the route that he wanted, running the corner, and usually he's able to use his body and catch the football, but a really nice play by the defenders, able to knock it away.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and the Bills have come back to regain the lead. So it goes down as an 8-play drive, and they cap it with the field goal.
Yeah, they were able to pick up a few first downs along the way, but they couldn't keep the momentum going all the way into the end zone.
Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And they'll go on the ground. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
Now in Buffalo. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these. And some changes here as the D-line separates some.
Here we go now. Boom, landed.
Now a shotgun snap is there, and they take him down. The Bills get to him. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. Well, it was second long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
This is taken at the 15. Fighting him off.
Just ran right through the trash.
A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the offense will come back onto the field with a 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. It's caught inside the 25. Now the ball comes loose, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now here come the Ravens. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before and realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
And maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area. 2
yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
And they still need 8 yards for the first here on 2nd down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together.
Let's go.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Two yards to go here on 3rd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
They were stopped on that play. He's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. This is taken around the 12. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially given 15. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Play clock winding down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Looking left side, and it's complete. And it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And he motions the wide receiver. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
There's so many times during camp and practice that you get bored as a player doing regular drills. But how about that shed and skate drill right there by the linebacker? You do it each and every day, get the blocker away, and get into the backfield and make a big-time tackle. That's what we just saw.
So this offense really needs to make something happen here late in the 4th with the football. They'll set up a throw. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Time starting to run out here in the fourth. This defense just trying to keep the offense off the board and preserve this potential victory.
Out
of the gun now on third down. And this will complete to Will Fuller. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to fourth down. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And we are all tied here in the final stages. So now then, it's a big kick there to get this game back to even. Now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal could still do you in.
Brandon, we're going to see right here. I would expect that after the kickoff, this offense is going to come out throwing. So those first few plays are going to be the key.
Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
It's a pickup of 19, and it's first down, Buffalo. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
And a solid run down inside the 30. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But if the strong safety position end up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
They come out here in the eye. And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout call. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So it all comes down to the... And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So a pressure spot now for Roberto Aguayo. This to book a trip to the AFC title game. And he pulled it. Aguayo pulled it left. It's no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the fourth. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. Surveying the field. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. Overtime in a playoff game, awesome setup. Remember, the rules the same as they would be in the regular season.
That's exactly right, Brandon. Remember, the receiving team, if they score a touchdown, game is over. But if they kick a field goal or don't score, the other team gets a chance to get the football. They get a possession. If they go down and score, they win the football game at that point. If both teams kick field goals, we keep playing. If a defense scores, let's say the receiving team gets the ball, doesn't score, or they throw a pick six or fumble, gets picked up, the defense scores, game over. But here's the best part. In a regular season, only one period is played. We could call it a tie. Here, we're going to play until we have a winner.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And the ball is knocked out. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And he brings it back to the house. It's a touchdown. And a crazy ending. A defensive score wins it. They said beginning of the year, our goal is to get into the conference championship game at least, and they have done that.
And how about that? They set their goals and they achieved them. I actually write down my goals each and every year and rarely achieve them. So this is a big deal. And now they can set their goals one site higher. Win this one, they go to the Super Bowl.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The Bills are victorious as we say so long from Buffalo.